Aion 2 might be the next big Korean MMORPG, although admittedly in retrospect that's not really a high bar to overcome. Korean MMOs are very hit and miss. Mostly miss, very few actually hit, and admittedly the MMO community is very divided. Think it looks smooth, combat feels impactful and fluid, animations look good, UI is very clean, and at the very next reply, it looks exactly the same as every other Korean MMO I've seen in the last 5 years. If you put them all side by side, I couldn't tell the difference. As of the last 24 hours, official gameplay footage in the form of a live stream from the Aion 2 dev team was released. And naturally, we need to go out and take a look. 79,000 views streamed 1 day ago. This is a 2-hour live stream. Although admittedly the first half an hour was a countdown. It looks as though the first hour roughly is just them talking, and then the official gameplay starts about an hour 7 minutes in. So we're gonna look at the character creation, which is they're just using a lot of presets here. We're just gonna skip through. Holy crap though, the women look great. Again, they're just kind of moving through presets. Let's see if we can take a look at the actual customization options. Okay.
그래서 턱 모양 이렇게 바꿀 수 있고요. 확선 라인 이렇게 되어 있습니다. 뭐 이렇게 앞에만 이렇게 보고도 많이
I mean, Korean MMOs are traditionally known for offering quite elaborate character creators, beautiful, crisp graphics, great combat, and then outside of that, absolutely nothing of substance.
점점점 못생겨지는 신기로운 커스터마이즈. 오케이. 이쁘게 바뀔 겁니다. 이제 저게 어떤 이렇게 높이 이렇게 바꿀 수 있습니다. 이제 파란 부분은
Okay, so there are plenty of customization options. I think there are actually the same amount of customization options as probably an OG Aion. Holy! Her cake is enormous. Dude, they have full jiggle physics. They have the ability to, you know, become a tiny little midget of mass destruction. I think, what kind of sliders are we gonna see here, though? I don't think they're oh, they did.
윗볼륨이 따로 이렇게 찾을 수가 있고요.
Nice. Okay.
할 수 있고요. 예. 그리고 이제
All right. All right. And
광배도 조절할 수 있고 허리 둘.
Okay, but can you, dude? That's actually crazy. The character creator in this is gonna be sick. MRSSTIX is gonna have way too much fun in this. Oh my god, that's actually, dude, is that the OG Aion outfit, but like rendered? He's doing that on purpose. You know he's doing that on purpose. He knows exactly what he's doing.
저희 게임의 이제 어떤 배경 모습이고요. 저쪽에 보이는 건
The UI seems very much Aion. Very Aion. The game looks really good though, graphically. Damn. But how does it play? Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so there's the flying. You can freely fly, by the way. There's no stamina. And all the regions allow for you to fly, which is sick. They removed those ridiculous limiting or ridiculous limitations that were imposed in original Aion. Dude. This is so sick. This is what I wanted from Aion. A beautiful open world. The ability to freely fly and see up. I mean... Okay, but how's the combat? Yes, your character looks incredible. Congratulations. Let's take... Here we go. Combat. I do not like this hairstyle though. Okay, so it does look like the areas aren't entirely open, like in something like World of Warcraft, but
네, 해서 지금 파티원들이 있는 곳으로 같이
I'm assuming
합류해서
because this is a test build, by the way, we're also the world isn't like too filled in. There could definitely use more monsters, some NPCs.
네, 반갑습니다.
네, 지금 파티장이
Unless this is a
수호성전,
dungeon, I actually have no
수호성전을
idea.
이제
They seem to be in a
가도록
party.
하겠습니다.
Maybe this is a dungeon. We didn't see them teleport.
노네.
Alright, here's
이런
the
주제도
combat.
커스터마이즈 가려고.
네,
하지 마. 커스터마이즈.
일단은 저희의 좀
I see the
AIM
cleric.
설명을 드려야 될 것 같아요. 아이고 애드가 됐네요. 이렇게 가운데 화면을 보시면 여기에 이렇게 점이 하나 있는데 요 근처에 가까이 가면은
So they're the archer.
오이
노탄.
죄송합니다.
Did you hear that?
네, 요 근처에 가까이 가면은 이제
They have OG Aion alert notifications.
구형대 노탄.
Oh, the nostalgia. Oh, it just
카메라
pierces you.
못 늘리나요? 라고 하는데 카메라도 줌인 줌아웃 다 되고요. 징 찍는
This is
거
supposed to be
보면은
action
징 찍어서
combat.
지금 저기 해골
This
보셨을까요?
노탄에 찍혀.
로탄에 찍혀 있네요.
I feel like it's kind of like
제 캐릭터가
locking onto a target.
조금 펌핑을 시켰어요.
Still,
좀 빨리
I don't know, this
진행할
doesn't look in-
하고 싶을 때 빨리 진행할 수 있도록 조금
they claim action, but this kind of looks
로탄을 저렇게
more hybrid to
치유 혈압
me.
오르는 소리 들린다.
예, 맞습니다.
I don't know. Y'all see that? Y'all, am I not the only one that thinks that, right? That it looks and feels like
프로메데까지 총 보스가 세
you
마리가
can't
있는데
fire in a
그
straight
중에 한
line.
보스를 잡고 싶어요.
Rather, if you're looking, like, let's just say I'm looking at you and I fire, it'll fire at you. But if I look over here at the window, it will still fire at you because you were technically my selected target.
주변의 원으로
That is what I'm seeing from the
애들
mage.
거리를 만들어줘요. 그래서
At least
애들의
that's what it
거리에
feels
딱 발을
like.
대는 죽기 있습니다.
I don't know. See, the screen is facing the tree in the background, but it's still hitting the boss monster. So to me, that's pretty much tab target. But since you also don't need a target for some of your skills, that makes it more hybrid.
적용하겠습니다.
I'm okay with the hybrid action combat system. I just hope they label it as a hybrid action combat system. I don't think this looks like mobile UI though. I think the UI here looks just like old Aion, like in terms of how much is displayed on screen.
숫자징 없냐고
I think this looks,
하는데
honestly, this looks really good. Like in terms of, you know, like
게임 1060으로 가능한가요?
traditional Korean MMOs, this looks good. This looks just like,
힘들 것 같아요.
okay, so that person did have, there was some validity to his comment.
이제 불의 정령
네, 숫자징
The-
있고요.
It does definitely, oh no, that's a chat?
이런 식으로
Oh, that looks terrible. Why did MMOs keep doing that? Chrono Odyssey had it too. It was obnoxious. It just takes up like a third of your entire screen. That's so annoying.
그래서 현재는 아직 그런 생각을 안 하고 있는데
Dude, the bosses look so sick. But yeah, this, I don't know what they were talking about this looking mobile. This doesn't look mobile at all. This just unfortunately looks
빌드 있어요? 네,
just
네,
like your
있습니다.
typical Korean MMO.
근데 저희는 이제 어떤 저희 회사
But you know what? I dare say,
지금 보시는
at the very least,
포트로도 갈 수 있고요.
this looks better than Chrono Odyssey.
오,
So,
네, 조금 더 가까이 캐릭터.
you know, at the end of the day,
여기 얕은 물인가 보다.
네,
at the very least, what we saw in the trailer is pretty much what we're getting. The world looks
네,
good,
언제 출시하나요? 라고 하는데요. 저희가
and I'm excited. That actually looked very cool. The character creator looked great. The combat looked good. It has a hybrid action combat system, so it isn't perfect. It's definitely not going to compete with something like Black Desert Online. I do think that the animations look decent. I think the special effects look decent. Overall, for the state of development, the stage of development that this is in, I'd say I'm actually kind of impressed. And I'm kind of curious to see where this ultimately ends up going. If it's going to retain the impact that the original Aion had, or if it's just going to ultimately end up another failure from NCSoft. But, I mean, this is a new MMO. It's going to be something new to play. Probably enjoyed by OG Aion fans, current Aion fans alike. At the very least, even if it ultimately does end up flopping, you know what? We're gonna have an MMO that we've never played before that might actually be somewhat fun. Even if we get a week's worth of enjoyment out of it, realistically, that's better than nothing, because right now, nothing is what we have. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you're not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.